Commander Rylan Frost had seen many strange things in 22 years of service. But nothing stopped him cold, like the sight before him. A young woman sitting alone in the armory, quietly maintaining a Barrett 50 cal rifle as though it were an extension of her own heartbeat. Her hands were steady, her posture commute, her eyes carried a storm. And etched along the rifle-less barrel was a name he recognized from a classified report he once dismissed as exaggerated myth. A woman sniper credited with an impossible 3,247-meter kill shot. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're rewatching from. I love knowing who's listening. Her name was Lieutenant Mara Vance, and though she looked composed, Rylan sensed something beneath her stillness await, a secret, a grief she was barely holding together. Dust drifted like soft gray snow through rays of light, settling gently over her boots. The world outside moved on with drills and shouts, but inside the armory, time felt suspended. "Mara," he said carefully, "that rifle isn't scheduled for field use today." "I know," she replied without looking up. Her voice was steady, but tired not physically, but somewhere deeper. He waited. He wasn't her superior at this moment. He was simply a man who recognized the look of someone preparing to carry a burden alone. After a long silence, she exhaled shakily. "They took my father, Commander. The rebels who've been targeting our outposts. They captured him. He wasn't military, was delivering supplies." Her hands finally trembled. Now they're using him as bait. A quiet ache settled over Rylan. He met her father, once a gentleman with kind eyes, who brought his daughter homemade cookies during long deployments. The kind of man who never belonged anywhere near war. "You plan to go after him alone," Rylan said softly. She nodded. "It's not sanctioned. It's personal. I know the rules, regulations, chains wrapped in the name of discipline."
Oh.
But Rylan also knew something else. She wasn't reckless. She was desperate, and desperation fuels both brilliance and tragedy. He thought she'd never let anyone help her. She was wrong. "Come with me," he said, without raising his voice. She hesitated, but followed him to the training field. A group of SEALs were already gathered, murmuring among themselves as they glanced between her and the massive rifle in her hands. Their whispers grew louder as Rylan addressed them. "Lieutenant Vance has a mission," he announced. "A dangerous one. And before any of you question her place, here she's the sniper behind the 3,247-meter shot." The murmurs stopped. A stillness spread across the yard. Some faces shifted with respect, others with disbelief, but all eyes locked on her. Mara's gaze dropped, uncomfortable under the sudden attention. She didn't want admiration. She wanted her father back. To silence doubt, Rylan directed her to take a prone position and line up a shot across the valley, a near-impossible test under swirling winds and fading light. As she settled behind the Barrett, the world narrowed again. For a moment, even her sorrow seemed too quiet. She breathed deeply, letting the rifle become her anchor. A breeze brushed across her cheek. A grain of dust drifted across the scope. Her heartbeat slowed. Then she fired. For 5 long seconds, silence held the world hostage. The SEALs leaned forward unconsciously, as though their anticipation could guide the bullet. Then a faint metallic ping rolled back across the valley. Bullseye gasps, whispers, a few stunned laughs. Someone clapped before quickly stopping. But Mara didn't celebrate. Her eyes filled with something else, resolve sharpened by love and fear. Rylan stepped beside her. "We're going with you, full team." Her breath caught. "I never wanted to put anyone else at risk." "You're not," he said. "You're giving us a chance to do what's right." That night, under a moon faint as breath, the team moved across the desert like a single living shadow. They reached the rebel compound quietly, the air thick with tension and dust. From her vantage point on the ridge, Mara watched her father bound, exhausted, surrounded by guards who laughed too loudly and shoved him too hard. Her chest tightened. She felt a moral ache twist through her, fear that she might save him only by taking another man's life. But when one guard pressed a rifle to her father's back, the hesitation vanished. She fired. The guard collapsed instantly. Chaos erupted. SEALs surged forward with silent precision, fast, fluid, unstoppable. Boots hit sand in rhythm. Commands whispered like wind. Every movement was synchronized, a tide crashing toward the terrified rebels. Within minutes, her father was free. Mara sprinted down the ridge, tears blurring her sight. When he saw her, his expression crumpled with relief. "You came," he whispered. "I always will," she breathed back. The desert wind carried their embrace into the quiet night, because courage doesn't vanish. It sharpens, rises, and meets the moment it's needed. And as dawn washed the sky gold, Mara realized something simple and profound. The world may doubt quiet souls, but quiet souls often carry the loudest truths. If this story moved you, tell me in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Whispered Words for more stories of courage, resilience, and humanity.